Did you fucking hear that?
Okay, it sounded in the room,
like a person.
No, it sounded like a.
Today's video is a collaboration between my channel and Vancouver's worst ghost hunters Eric Bruce and Ryan Bolton. Today we brought along my best friend Emma Reed, and we are going to be doing a ghost hunt together in Eric's childhood home. Today we're going to try and contact the ghost of his grandfather. Eric has some amazing paranormal stories of situations that have happened in his childhood home where his family keeps his grandfather's memorabilia. Here is Eric's story. Eric's grandfather was part of the Royal Canadian Air Force, where he was dispatched in 1942 to go to war for World War II. This was a very serious position that he held. He was one of the most respected radio operators in the force. Robert Graham married his wife Rita, and they lived happily in St. John, Newfoundland. Here are Eric's stories to see if this is the ghost of his grandfather that lives amongst him.
I actually have lived in two houses. We moved into this house when I was in the middle of high school, grade 10. This is like a very new, very modern home. Never seemed to be anything weird, creepy, or strange about it. Lived here for quite some time. I was, I think, about 22, 23. Still living at home. Bit of a loser. I think I was just coming out of a breakup at the time. And I was in a pretty weird place, personally. And like I said, never had anything weird happen to this house whatsoever. Where it all really started was waking up one morning, hearing a man whispering in my ear, "Eric, wake up." And at the time, I was not scared at all because I just thought it was probably my dad waking me up for some reason. But by the time I scrambled over and put my glasses on, which I'm pretty much blind without, there was no one in the room. Still not scared. Totally assumed my dad just walked out of the room for some reason. A little weird, but whatever. At this point, I assume that must have been dreaming, but it really doesn't seem that way. And I start to notice that I have hives all up and down my arms. And that seems pretty weird, but didn't really piece it all together at the time. I get out of bed, I walk into the hallway, and there's no one there. And I go downstairs, and I ask my mom, like, where's Dad? And she's like, he left for work like a couple hours ago. But yeah, so I had hives, I heard someone whisper in my ear, I thought I was dreaming, whatever. Who cares? Ghosts aren't real, right?
So what were the hives like that you had on your body? Can you describe what they looked like? Was it a rash or like an allergic reaction?
Allergic reaction hives.
Wow.
Up and down my arms, and I think some on my thighs. Yeah. And nothing that would have elicited it. Really strange.
Did you... So, okay.
Whoa. Strange.
Did you... So... What was
that? Light just came on. That was not on. I was fucking around with that switch. Is that the timer?
Yeah,
that one's plugged into the timer.
Yeah, that's it.
Holy shit.
That's the timer light.
Plugged into a fucking timer.
A couple days later, I'm walking down a hallway that's just over there, which I'm sure we'll intercut to right now because we're sick filmmakers and stuff. I saw a reflection in the bathroom mirror, and I saw my own reflection, and then all of a sudden I kind of blinked, and I realized there was someone else standing next to me in the mirror. I was kind of coming like this, so walking here, and I saw myself here. And I saw my reflection in the mirror, of course, as you do, not being a vampire and whatnot. And in the mirror, all of a sudden, I noticed that there was, as if I was almost seeing double, as if there was another person standing there beside me. But I realized that it was someone who looked exactly like me, but there was someone else. And I turn, I look around, and no one's there. I look back at the mirror, and the figure is gone. And at that exact moment, all the hives on my body were disappearing and just immediately went down. I'd had them for like 2 days.
And where was the person standing in vicinity to where I am?
Like where you're standing, kind of standing like off angle as I was, which is why I was like just like confused.
Yeah. So when your grandpa was younger, did he look like you?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting thing because some photos I'm like, he doesn't look like me at all, and then some, like I showed Ryan a photo earlier, and I'm like, man, like that side profile like looks exactly like me. Things got progressively a lot weirder and a lot more extreme after that. I grew to believe that the person I saw in the mirror was the spirit of my grandfather, Bob Graham. He was a really, really amazing person who died when I was very young. So I started waking up in the middle of the night with someone standing over my bed, a male figure. One point I woke up and I thrashed around and like knocked everything over in my room. I had actually assumed that someone had broken into the house. I didn't think I was dreaming. I didn't think it was a ghost. I thought there was a person in my room watching me. That's how convinced I was. And I woke up to someone standing over the bed. Then this was also the room in which I woke up with someone whispering something in my ear.
Okay.
So I used to like watch TV down here super late at night in the family room over there. And I was like, walked up those stairs and I felt really weird the whole time. And I know this house so well that I just used to walk through it in the dark because my parents go to bed pretty early and I wanted to stay up till like 3 a.m. because I'm a night owl, but if they knew that, they'd be pissed off. So I would never turn on any light in the house, and I'd walk around the house in the dark. But the thing was, I'd walk around this house with my eyes closed. I'd just feel the wall, and then I'd be like, oh, there's the light switch, I'm moving past it, like I know where everything is. So I walk up those stairs in the dark, and there is someone sitting in the landing upstairs. And the whole time I was walking the stairs, I was like, why do I feel weird right now? Like someone's up. And then there's someone sitting in the landing. And just kind of, I panicked, I backed up, and it just sort of morphed away into the darkness, which, of course, you could claim is just, Eric, you were tripping out. It saw something in the dark that wasn't there. And I'm like, well, coupled with other things, more physical, literal things, it was pretty strange. And then the climax of this story was, came home, was really drunk, been at Celebrities, good Celebrities Tuesday night. So I come back from Celebs with my friend Harp, and he drops me off here, and I'm wasted, I'm stumbling around the house, and I went out to the garage to take out the garbage at like 2 a.m. because when you're drunk, you do weird stuff, right?
You're trying to convince yourself you're still like a productive adult.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna take out the garbage.
Yeah, I'm gonna take out the... My parents be proud of me. The rest of the house is like borderline on fire. Long story short, I go to the garage and there is a... essentially there's like an attic storage space above the garage that has a pull-down stepladder. Except that pull-down stepladder is very hard to pull down. And we'll see that in a minute. It's not easy to pull down. It's not easy to unfold. And we'd only ever been up there once when we first moved into the house. And I went into the garage at 2 a.m. and the ladder was completely and perfectly folded down to the ground. So, you take a second, you think to yourself, what do I do? And what you do is you live the life of a horror movie. You walk halfway up the stairs and you go, hello? There's no one there. And the only thing that's in that attic space is all of my grandfather's old stuff.
How many times, realistically, do you think someone in this household has opened those stairs?
Once.
Once.
When we first moved in, we moved a bunch of my grandpa's old stuff up there.
Yeah.
Closed it and never opened it again.
So when you went up there at 2 a.m, halfway up the stairs, did you sense anybody around you?
When something that strange happens, you can't trust anything. I was immediately, like, really worried because, like, what does this mean from a practical sense? Because if it's not a ghost, is someone about to stab me to death? Like someone broke in?
Okay, so when you went halfway up the stairs, did you see anything there?
It's pitch black, you can't see anything. And there's one light bulb in there, and it's really hard to find.
So I'm going to do a test to see how hard it is to pull this staircase down. I'm pretty strong. I'm not weak.
You're jacked.
I'm jacked. This is really hard to pull down. I have one of these at my cabin. Exact same layout at my cabin. And it's not. No, this is, whoa. This is really fucking hard. Okay.
So now you gotta unfold it too.
So what you're saying is, was it like this or fully folded down?
Fully folded down.
It's fucked up there. Okay.
So you gotta actually lift, yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of steps to that, wasn't there?
I have one of these at my cabin and this is like triple more complicated than that one.
So what are your thoughts on, like, is there some way that could have just come down by itself?
No. There's absolutely not one iota of a way that this could have come down by itself at 2 in the morning.
Is there anyone in here with us?
Bob, is that you? Bob, can you tap on the wall if you're here with us? Oh, I just got chills.
Freezing.
All over my body. No, it's not even cold. It was like pins and needles just went all up my body, and I'm not cold.
Yeah, you're wearing a big jacket, right?
Rita, are you here right now?
Did you hear that noise over in the corner there?
Just heard a couple of taps.
Did you fucking hear that?
Okay, it
No,
sounded
it
in the
sounded
room,
like
though.
a person.
No, it sounded like a
a
woman's voice, like
Yeah, I don't
like
know. I thought that was in the room, and then we heard a dog after.
Yeah.
So we just heard a noise before a bunch of dogs barked outside, and Ryan's just reviewing the footage to see if we can catch that again.
I heard a breath, but I don't know if it was someone's reaction or it was.
I think we were dead silent up
'Cause
until.
what I heard just before people started making sound was like, it sounded like a gasp.
Yeah.
I heard like a woman's
heard-
voice, like
yeah,
right beside Missy, go.
Gasp.
Ah.
Yeah,
Like
it was
literally like
a,
that.
No, I heard a gasp.
That like wasn't necessarily from like afterwards. There was noises outside.
No,
but, like,
it was right before
It was
the
like
dogs.
on your shoulder, kind of.
Yeah, it was a like a sigh, and it was when you were addressing your grandmother.
And it didn't sound like either of us.
No, it was in the room. It wasn't anywhere outside because we can tell the difference.
That was really crazy, just because I like really feel like we all heard something like in this room.
Yeah.
And then afterwards we heard noises outside. And we're like, oh, was it the noises outside? I'm like, wait, no, like we heard that right over your shoulder. It felt like.
Exactly.
I don't know. I was thinking about, what?
Did you hear that? It just went. Did you? It just went like that.
Are you serious?
I felt
I'm
something
so
moving.
sorry.
I didn't hear that again. The voice that you guys heard, I didn't hear.
It really felt like there was someone like. I'll try to replicate the.
Yeah. That was me turning
Yeah.
this. Sorry.
I'll try to replicate the auditory level of how loud it was, which was, ha,
Yeah.
like that
Really?
loud.
Yeah. It was like
It was
a
really
woman
loud.
next to us going. Ah.
At first, I wasn't sure if it was someone who
crazy.
one of you made the noise.
Yeah.
Because there's a gasp on camera, so it's interesting that whatever just happened there, it just kind of went by me for whatever reason.
I heard something in the room. I did. 100% heard something. So.
And you heard it too, right, Emma?
On the computer.
It's like.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah. It's like a.
louder.
Yeah, there's just a breath.
Later on that night, we tried to communicate with Eric's grandfather through the Ouija board, and we had a really interesting message. He told Eric to stay being himself, to stay strong, and to keep being you. We thought that this was a really amazing opportunity, not only to try and debunk some of the things that Eric's home had experienced. We truly believe that it was Eric's grandmother, Rita, whose voice we heard up in the top attic. Grandparents are such special people in our lives. They hold our hands just for a short while, but they're always in our hearts forever. If you guys want to check out Vancouver's Worst Ghost Hunters channel on YouTube, the link is down below, and I hope that you guys enjoy their ghost hunts because they're absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and if you have any comments, please leave your comments down below. We would love to hear from you, and give this video a like if you want to see more collaborations between our channels. We want to do more ghost hunts, so we hope that you really enjoyed our first one together. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Make sure to subscribe to both of our channels, and we'll see you in our next video.
You got a friend in me.
You got a friend.
You got a friend in me. There's a snake in my boot. There's a snake in my boot.